them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. I don't understand it, how they got so timid. Told them I would do it and I overdid it. I don't do the bass cause I don't got the minutes. Pull up nothing teeny so they know who winning. Shorty cutting up, it must be retrograde. 80s Cuban collar with the retro fade. Baby cut from Mexico, the whip German. And she down to wet it while the spliff burning. They don't want no static, better get the signal. Earning all these coins, it ain't coincidental. Tell them free the doggies, keep them out the kennel. With my same roadies, whipping different rentals. Baby girl, what's your sign and what that steez do? Say got a little bit of cash, but can he please you? Started in my DM, I might make her BM. Wavy Zavy stunting, you should come and see him. Piling paper, got him talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. I done cracked the code, yeah, I'm a hacker now. Gotta let them see it, I whip back around. I don't need your wifey, she a pass around. They don't need to know it when I'm back in town. Bank teller greet me by my first name. Sending shots but got the worst aim. Seen him out here looking like he hate cash. Treat that little like a face mask. They don't want no problems, they don't want equations. We keep that same energy on all occasions. More life to my enemies, won't stop the vision. But I do not compromise with competition. All my be sounding like it look like. These be rapping for them book likes. Alkaline charged like a battery. How they got the minutes to be mad at me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
I wanna go down. I need a tag, yeah. I need a bag, yeah. Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I cop that cribbo for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and sell out shows until the flight leaves. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please. But I've been short on time, been in the prime of my prime easy. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that straight up potent just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. So know the one you talking to, you way outside your line, yeah. Go against the tribe, you lose your... Let me not even say this. I just ran out of my patience. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Want me to believe in the dream that they see for themselves but still doubt in themselves. They might as well light up the L. High top on 10 toe, drip retro, talking major plays. Hella high tech through the Gatro. pen game, been petrol. Just set it in the flesh hole. Send a text mail to give her wet clothes. On the vapor wave to make a drip drip with the left lobe and the left stroke. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Flex up. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Yeah. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need to pay. Flex up. I need to check, yeah. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Ayy, come from the pit, I'm out of the trench, my nigga, we look at the dread, my nigga, we ran, she all on my way. I never let them play me, but they claiming the lines until I'm goated, I'm going off. Loyal to my soil and the culture, I'm that chosen one. I just got a bag, she wanna fuck, I think she know I'm star. I can't do no wrong, look in her eyes, she with a norm scar. They try to justify me going up like they don't know he raw. Off of that doja, what they told you, I'm never sober. Gripping the split for the chip on my shoulder, trying to decode this. They label me thug, I keep it a buck, I don't give a fuck about it. Out of the mud, it's showing me love, my nigga, what's up? Out of my way, bitch, I need the paper. What you want, I mean, I know later. I keep it short with the conversation. Out of my lane, the crew got a brain in the cockpit with no hands on it. I've been the man with the plan, homie. Flip that to the man with the bands on me. And a passport with the stamps on it. Alexa. Yeah. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Alexa. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. Alexa. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. I need to pay. Next up, I need to check, yeah. Shawty on 10, finna go up. Bring that to the crib, let me show love. I need a bag, yeah. I need a tag, yeah. Flex up, yeah.
When I go with confidence, when I go we roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow. Wind it up all night, baby, take your time. Let me know what I want. When you turn me around, what I want. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going. Like bum bum bum, throw it back then rotation. Figure it's in the season, shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're icing every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're icing every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know still keep it dignity and wine. So kind of your neck is stolen. You waiting on me to solve it for me. And last weekend you had me thinking, oh, must keep thinking, lift my head up like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Figure it's in the season, shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're icing every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're icing every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're icing every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes, yeah. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe, I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh, susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes, yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe, I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good.
You are now tuning in to TNJ Radio Show. What's cracking out there? What's cracking?
What's good, my man? What's good, world?
Everything, man. We coming live with TNJ and also JSN show. This how we do it tonight. If you're on here, if you are on Facebook, let's see. Most people's on watching on YouTube. So if you're on there, let's get them likes up, man. We're gonna do like Samuel Jackson. I mean, not Samuel Jackson. What's his name? What's that? Samuel Jackson.
Um, Kevin
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin
Hey,
Samuels.
look, this is what we're gonna do. Roll over. I should turn the lights out, huh? Come on, get the likes up. Get the likes up. Don't make me put on the music again. All right, we put on the music again.
Mm.
Get the likes up. Get the likes up.
Back in town, tell 'em stop. Bank teller,
You know y'all gay and stuff.
greet me by
Get
my
the likes
first
up, get
name.
the likes
Hey,
up.
that
You so zesty.
seen it shots, but got the worst aim. Seen him out here looking like he hate game.
Man, he be putting people on hostage, don't he?
With his little the things in the background, like it'd be like,
Oh, he doing his thing though. He got the YouTube on lock right now.
yeah,
If you want to talk about women stuff, and they be on that show just watching, like taking the beating.
Mm.
Man, I was somebody sent me a video today when this girl. Oh man, it was so epic. She was talking that talk, like trying to prove them wrong. and he
Mhm.
just flat out said, you because she was talking about her man, men cheating and stuff like that. And she had two kids from two different mamas. I mean, two different dudes.
Mm.
He's like, you sharing your womb. He's like, you're not top stuff. You sharing your womb with two different people. I was like, dang.
Man,
I was like, that was a cool one, wasn't it? He said you was sharing your womb like you low value with more than one person.
he be giving because a lot of times men and women be having false expectations. You know,
Tell me about it.
supposed to, expectation be supposed to, marry Prince Charming or Princess Tiana or whoever. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
99.8% of us. Like just keep it down to earth. Like you can actually you can have goals, you can have standards, great, but a lot of people ain't realistic. Like a lot of women, they want a 6'2" man, right? Who's making, 2.5, no, 250,000 K.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Had that money in coming in from business. He can't have no kids.
And
Be
you got
faithful.
gotta be rich, and you gotta work all day. And when you come home, you better tear it up. You gotta have energy. It went all that, huh?
It don't be. I don't know. I don't know what people be wanting.
Well, the funny thing was, what did we might have to play that on audio. What Chris Rock said. No, doo let me see if I can pull it up, man.
Yeah,
Shouts out to Chris Rock, man.
he was he was giving the funnies back in the day. Skinny Chris,
Hey,
when
people,
he seemed like Pookie all the time.
man.
Hey, I can't do no Chris Rock impersonation. I ain't going to try right now. I'll probably throw my voice out.
You can't make a woman happy. It's impossible. I've never met a happy woman in my life. Women always complaining about something. Shit, women like to complain. Women save up shit to complain about. Oh, he don't even know I know, but I'm gonna get his ass on that shit next month. They like fucking complaining. They love it. No matter what you do, your woman is mad at you. If you work all the time, well, you work all the time. You ain't never home. You always leaving me. I hate this shit. If you home all the time, why you all up under me? Let me get some fucking room to breathe. Damn, stop sweating me. I hate this shit. If you make more money than her, well, fuck you. I want to make decisions too. You ain't my fucking daddy. I don't need you to take care of me. You can't make a woman
Hey,
happy.
shouts out to Chris Rock, man. Shouts out to Chris Rock, dude. Go in the comments. Do you agree with what Chris Rock is saying? Um, go in the comments. Let us know. Now, I was when I went to Pittsburgh, what 2 weeks ago, and I came to a couple revelations. I gained so much weight from the pandemic, sitting around,
Mm.
and I tried to ignore it, by not taking pictures. You know, ignoring my wife and saying we're not going out tonight because I didn't want to come to the realization that I need to buy some new clothes and they need to be in the higher size, right?
Mm.
And so I came to a crossroads because I had to go to the wedding. Well, I insisted on going to the wedding because I wanted to have some fun. And when you go to weddings, everybody want to take pictures. Everybody look nice. So I took pictures. Then I look at them. People start posting them on Facebook. I was like, oh,
Mm.
oh, oh. So ever since then, because I got a gym in my garage. I haven't been using, got dust on it. So I started doing it. I started working out since shout out to me. Started working out. Me and my wife and I, we was actually just working out just now. And It's but okay. And on the way back, from Pittsburgh to down south, ah, I was watching some comedy on Netflix. I downloaded it before I got on the plane or whatever the case may be, and I came across Dion Cole's, or no, not Dion Cole's, Mike Epps on Netflix. That was pretty funny.
Mm,
I mean, I didn't like his. I mean, I saw him in person in Jacksonville during the pandemic, and I didn't like his set. He actually fell on stage and it went viral. He was
mm.
trying. It was funny, but he didn't mean to do it. And after that, he was just done. Like this show was kind of corny. On that bill, it had DC Young Fly. He was funny. He was real funny. They had Country Wayne on there. Some more, and I think the funniest that I saw was Mark Curry. Mark Curry was up there. So
Mr.
um,
Cooper.
Mr. Cooper, that it was hilarious. Oh man, he opened up the show too.
Mm.
Yeah, but so anyway, I was watching some comedy day today. It was just hilarious, man. I guess it's before the wokeness. Like these are the last of the people who still get to say what they want to say. I was watching Bill Burr. Funny stuff, man. I should have had it on cue. I wanted to play it. And Dion Cole. Did I send that to you, Dion Cole?
I didn't see it.
Let me see if I can pull it out. But it was pretty funny, man. I was like, man, I hope censorship doesn't die. I mean, not censorship. I don't think people should be censored. That's what I mean to say.
Hmm.
And take us to the point where we're talking about today with Twitter. Now, do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I hardly use it.
Yeah, me too. I don't use it either. My son tell me to use it. He said he's doing pretty well, as far as growing his platform on there. He does comedy on social media, but I never really used it, and it's just interesting to see the change of guard, if you will. You know what I mean? It's like the left and the right. They're trying to. One group is trying to stop you from saying something so they could control the narrative, and then the other group is like, "Well, we should have freedom of speech." So we're gonna kind of talk about that today.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You know, it's really weird because I was thinking about these people. Your Bill Maher's. These people that were liberals back in the day.
Mm.
They were talking about freedom of speech. They were trying to say that video games don't violent video games don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They were arguing with the Republicans about that. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They were arguing about the rap stuff.
Yeah.
You know, saying like none of that don't matter. That's what
I
they.
re- I remember when uh date myself for any of the millennials who's watching, but I remember when in like '93 when gangster rap was really out there, and there was a lot of black and white politicians out there throwing CDs down and stepping on them and all that, and um, Two Live Crew, Luke is the reason why most people could say what they want now, but they'll never give homage to them because they don't even know that. Like he fought so hard, he was going to jail, to put out that record, that nasty record that he had down there, like "All Me So Horny" and all that stuff.
Mm,
And he went to court. He went to the Supreme Court, I believe, and won.
hmm.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. Like these people, they were fighting for the free speech. They were trying to fight against those content labels. You remember like rated, whatever, or saying this is violent, stuff like that. So it's
Right.
interesting that the same people, a lot of people that were trying to not have these labels on the music and the video games, these are the people that wanted to, have the censorship regarding the election and the pandemic.
Right, right. And I will say this: the '80s and the '90s is the last of the greatest decades. I'm hoping it turns around because kids typically try to do the opposite of what their parents do. You know, so if a parent's more conservative, then the kids end up being radical, and then when the kids radical, I mean, and become adults, the kids usually conservative. Now, give you an example. It's kind of fictitious, if you will, fictitious. But if you ever watched 80s sitcom, man, what is it? Family Ties.
Okay, my
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I love it. But the dad was hippie. He was a hippie. The dad and the mom, they were hippies coming from the Vietnam War. They were trying to teach the kids this socialist stuff and like we need to help people. And their son, Michael J. Fox, was a Republican. He was a gun ho about Reagan. It was so interesting to watch. You know what I mean? I have an idea for a show, and I probably won't say it on here, but I think it'll be dope.
Get on to it, man, because you
I
know
might as well.
creativity is pretty much gone. All,
Right.
all it is the same recycle woke garbage over and over.
I honestly think that they should do a show like that where you had the '80s Republicans, and now they're parents now, and then you have the radical kids, the polyamorous,
Mm,
yellow kids. I think that would be interesting. You
mm.
know, but people don't watch sitcoms anymore. It's pretty much dead. They're trying to save these like I know. One Day at a Time came back. Full House came back. It did okay on Netflix. But a lot of these shows is not really making. I remember Arsenio Hall trying to make a comeback, and it was an epic fail.
I was going to say that first episode was probably the highest viewership.
Oh man, yeah. I was struggling to watch it, man. I was like, "This is crap, man." Because like back in the day, you only had a few channels. You didn't have all this competition. You know what I mean? So when he came out, there was only two people out there. It was like what Johnny Carson, and he
Mm,
was leaving, and he was trying to find a someone who to take him over. So then you had Jay Leno and David Letterman, and then we needed something for the black people, right? So and Fox was new. Like people don't know. I mean, I probably refreshed a lot of people's memory, but Fox was new. It was a new thing, so they were trying everything. And typically when they when you have something new, you get black talent to come on there to get people in there because you could get them for cheap. So they want to be on TV and they get to use their creativity. So at that time, that's when Simpsons was on. Remember, before it was on actual on TV, they were showing little commercials in
mm.
between, like the one comedian chick, I forgot her name, and then they tried Married with Children, and then all of a sudden, Living Color, which was only 3 years. I mean, like 3 good years, but I think it was on for 4 years, right?
It seemed like it was on for a decade.
Yeah, yeah. And what's his name? The Wayans, the oldest one, Keenan. He
Mm,
was like, because they didn't like those old executives didn't know hip hop and stuff like that. They didn't know like stuff. He was hiding so much stuff in there. He was basically playing a game with them, like stuff that shouldn't have been on TV. He was hiding it in his comedy, and then after a while, they would find out. The kind of way what LL did on Fubu. I mean, when he was on that Gap commercial, and he
right.
rapped so fast, he was promoting Fubu in this Gap commercial. So basically, Gap paid millions of dollars to promote Fubu. Ain't that crazy?
Mm.
That's the talent that we have. Like back in the day in 1990, 89, like people loved to be black at the time, man. It was like Black Power. They had Public Enemy out there. I remember people had like the Malcolm X shoes. Do you remember them? I don't
No.
know what they were called.
That-
And people were rocking medallions. This is before gangster rap took over.
wow.
It was an interesting time. Like
This
white people was wearing medallions. Hmm?
is this before cross colors?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was like because 88, that's when hip hop became mainstream.
Hmm.
And Will Smith got the Grammy for Parents Don't Understand, and they boycotted the Grammys.
Mm.
They boycotted. And then 89, that's when like all the black rappers was in there, and everybody wanted to be us. And that's when they had the first concert. See, young people don't know this. They had the first rap concert, and then the Rolling 60s was in California, and they stopped. They tried to mess up the thing by fighting out there,
Yep.
gang activity. But censorship. I mean, they always try to censor people, man. They try to censor hip hop. I think they should have censored some of that gangster rap, man. That was bad that time.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like there are things, everything's now one sided. There are things where I think where the Republicans were right, things where the Democrats were right. But what's happened is the Democrats, most of them today, went so far to the left, like way, out in left field.
It's true.
To where, ain't that where all the homers get hit by the right handers, left field?
Right. And yeah, back in the day, you didn't know who was who because they were all in the middle pretty much. You didn't know who was who. Now it is interesting out here. Um, yeah, and they're just censoring people. You can't tell the truth on there because man, like Facebook, he got bought too. Because I remember when he was talking bad on the Cody, we call it Cody on the show. He was talking bad on it, talking about he ain't going to get it, and then all of a sudden he meets with, all of a sudden the government start sending him to court. You know what I mean? He start going to court, and then they met with him, and then all of a sudden he's got a battery in his back. He's sitting there reading the script, like, oh,
Yeah.
So you don't know what's the true and what's false, man.
Man, are we in the twilight zone?
Right. Hey, I want to play this. I don't know if you think it's funny or not, but Dion Cole, I was telling you about earlier. Man, it had me rolling. Oh,
Man,
here we go.
think that to a woman's heart is buying her stuff. And it's
Oh, this
not.
ain't it. Ain't it? But
That was
yeah.
true. That was a whole fact, whoever that was.
I'll find it, but yeah, keep on going.
That was 2 seconds of fat. You see that extra light that went on there? That was my wife. But no,
Yeah.
but, man, it's crazy.
Why do you think Elon Musk bought Twitter?
You know what? I think that in the initial sense, it might be pride or ego.
That's what I think.
Because he can. I'm not one of these people that sit there and, in fact, we're going to talk about that. I don't think that the Elon Musk purchase is going to be the great thing forever, for, people who are conservative leaning and things on. I think that, it's great that he's going to promote free speech. Hopefully that he stays with it. I think that that's what he probably got tired of his stuff getting silenced. They had all those you see the thing about those shadow bans?
No.
Oh man. People their Twitters all of a sudden started getting a whole bunch of followers.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, Donald Jr. was talking about he gained like 120,000 followers, something crazy like that. A lot of someone ended up posting one of the charts. I'm gonna find that chart, but it's crazy. So basically, it's like they had people on the governor based off of their political affiliations.
Yeah, and I heard Donald Trump said he's not going to get on Twitter, the father, and he's being really strategic right now because he has his own platform, and he's about to launch it. He's about to do something. What I believe is going to happen is it's going to be a sweep within this election year this year with the House, and I think Nancy Pelosi going to lose her job, and then once they get in, I think Trump is going to make his move to with that platform. He can't be censored. You know what I'm saying? You go over there, he's still running it. You know what I mean? He might change his mind or whatever, and then Trump in a war online talking to him.
Right.
But he's gonna have his own platform. So I mean, he does have it, and that's where I think he's gonna do.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to have to be a chess game because, Whether or not there were things with the machines or not, I don't directly know. What I do know is that there's been interference, like even like the Hunter Biden the laptop thing, to where when it came out, the New York Post had got suspended, their Twitter account got suspended.
Mm,
Like all of this stuff was true,
hmm
but they wanted to suppress it. And if that's not election interference, I don't know what is. You know, other stories about the whole Russian, like remember we were hearing Russia, Russia, Russia for years, and then it turns out that all of that was a hoax. So,
right.
at the end of the day, that's one of the positives that think we're going to end up getting out of this. I think a lot of people are scared. I don't think some of those people are mentally weak that work over at Twitter, bought into the woke stuff and they're oversensitive. But I think a lot of them are actually scared.
I think he fired the board. Is that true? I think today he fired the board that was on there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and I think also because like they suppressed the Hunter Biden story,
yeah,
so I think that's going to be talked about more. Ain't that wild? They just if that was if that was on the Trump side or whoever's on the Republican side, they were been talking about that every day. But I think this is also what I think is since Trump is not the talk of the town, it ruined CNN. It ruined these places because that's the only reason why people were watching CNN. CNN is tanking. They just remember Mike Wallace. I think his name Mike Wallace came from Fox News and he went over um, to CNN and he was on their streaming service and he lost his job. Him, I can't stand Jamel Hill, all the little woke people that came from ESPN, they all lost their job because nobody watching that crap.
right.
All that race bait and stuff, nobody want to watch that.
Man, CNN Plus they had a pretty good run though. I
Did
mean,
they?
yeah, 30 days. That's a long time.
Man.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, you can't win when you go woke, man. You go woke, you go broke. You
Man,
know?
they got knocked out by Rocky, but yeah, it's a shame because what that tells me, right? This is a news organization. If you're a news organization, you're supposed to in the big time, you should have the best research team, you should have the best marketing team, and you should have like intel to be able to get the ears on the ground to see what the people want, right?
That's right.
But at the end of the day, they're trying to push this agenda. And what they don't realize is that there aren't that many people that actually support that.
Right, right. I mean, it's divided, man. When the house divided, it will fall. Because you have Tariq Nasheed. Like you can't TV cannot beat the media on Facebook, social media. We actually took over that platform. That's
Hmm.
why so many people are trying to stream. So many people. I mean, these companies they're trying to stay afloat. They have YouTube pages and they got little snippets and stuff like that because they're losing control. Like everything is so mapped out. And if you listen to people like Black Authority, and the business and those guys, they're spitting the real facts that's going on. There's no chaser, like in they're talking to the people, right? And by the way, we got our link open, so if you want to go to the comments and say what you want to say today, you can go right ahead. Other than that, we can talk all day. We can do this all day, Steve Rogers.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so that's what I believe that's happening. There's a shift, and they know it. Like the left know it. You got people like Ice Cube have a following, and Tariq, like I said, Nasheed talks about this stuff all the time, and they're losing. They're losing the war. So what they try to do is they try to censor certain things that's out there, like we're in like Cuba. Like people were losing their money. Like people are getting demonetized for talking about, and I ain't gonna say it, for the algorithms, but the people that's in war right now. because I want my money too. They're gonna censor me. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah. I want to play something real quick. This is off topic, but this is what I was talking about earlier. Give me a second. It's pulling up. Oh man, we played two snippets, but this is Mike Epps on Netflix. I was watching earlier. It was pretty funny. Check this out.
There's a lot of young grandmas out here, y'all. These grandmas nowadays, oh my God, y'all not gonna be like our grandmas now. Don't forget, our grandmas was listening to Natalie Cole. Y'all listening to Megan Thee Stallion. So you know what kind of grandma that's gonna be. Baby, we were twerking like a motherfucking we was, baby. I had niggas in my DMs like a motherfucker. Me and Rose went to a Cardi B concert. We had a ball. Not Rose. Me and LaQuisha went to
Wow.
Look at 90 years old LaQuisha. Me and LaQuisha had a ball, bitch.
Hey man, the grandma's is dead, yo. Like grandma's is gone. Remember grandma used to go to her house and she had like pie, cake, and stuff like that, and she was grandma. Can you imagine what's gonna happen? Like he said, these women who listen to like Cardi B and all that, when they get old,
Grandma Porsche.
oh man, LaWanda.
No, you said you have another clip coming up?
Yeah, real quick. Here you go.
Okay.
I'm a racist,
It's Leon Cole.
but I'm a racist when it comes to my food. Like whatever nationality of food that I'm eating, that's who better be cooking that shit. If I'm eating Italian food, it better be a big hairy motherfucking Italian back there cooking my shit. And it better be chest hairs in my food. That's what makes it authentic to me. If I'm eating Indian food, it better be a bitch back there with a dot on her head, stirring some shit up. Well, I don't want that shit.
You can't say that stuff no more.
Mm.
I went to a Chinese food restaurant one time. Shit looked good. All of a sudden, here come this big black motherfucker walking from the back with a karate suit on. Talking about, welcome to Chinese chicken. Would you like to try our orange chicken? I'm like, nigga, you black as I am. You ain't fooling nobody. He leaned in my ear and was like, I'm on parole. Do you want the chicken or not, motherfucker? And when it comes to Hispanic food, I want real motherfucking Hispanics cooking that shit. And the radio better be on. If I don't hear no radio on in the background, I don't want that shit. It ain't authentic to me. That's why I don't fuck with Taco Bell. Ain't no radio playing in the back. When I get there, I want to hear Scante, Cante Briso. Like, ooh, this look delicious. I went to this bar one time. I was the only black dude down there at the bar. I got the waitress and shit. I was like, what's your drink special? She was like, we got watermelon mojitos. I was like, shut the fuck up. Watermelon mojitos? That sounds delicious. It ain't no seeds in them or nothing like that, right? I never heard of a watermelon mojito. Then I started thinking, damn, I'm the only black dude down here. I can't order that shit. I said black people back 10 years if I ordered that. So I got a white woman to order mine for me. Excuse me, white woman, can you order me 17 watermelon mojitos, please? I just don't want to go back and forth with this bitch all night.
Oh man, you can't talk like that no more, man.
Yeah, it's a completely different, sensitive society.
Man, because I used to watch what's his name? All in the Family, Jeffersons.
Or you know who else went? Don Rickles.
Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. I never watched. I mean, I watched his stand up. He used to be on Johnny Carson all the time. I know he was. I think he was on Dick Van Dyke, but you know they wasn't. It was kind of censored on there. But yeah, when he was on Johnny Carson, he would go in. Johnny Carson. Yeah, man. You look like you have something to show.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this graphic on the screen. Let me know when. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, so this is what happened. You know, look at these follower changes. You know, in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's interesting. So it just kind of shows who was getting the chains put on them, the governor, and who was probably getting the push. Like these guys over here, Rachel Maddow, AOC, Kamala. I don't even know how she even got followers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they're losing followers like crazy, and the other side they're gaining followers. So that's called a clue.
I can't stand Joy Reid. Stacy, man, she trying to take is she gonna run for president? I don't know. Hold on, what is she doing? I think she might try to run for governor of Georgia, and if she win, that would be a disaster. Oh, she went. Oh man, I heard DeSantis talking about it. He's like, I can't be surrounded by Stacey Abrams and Cuba. Like something got to give.
Man,
that would be bad. We got freedom down here in Georgia, man. Like, much as people want to complain about what's going on, everybody came to Georgia. Shout out to Kemp. He never shut down. Like when the pandemic was going on, we was able to do whatever we want. I was going bowling and everything else. Family was doing martial arts.
Asking, I was like, do everybody are the restaurants shut down there? Meanwhile, I hear forks in the background clanging. You're like, hold on, I'm eating. I'll call you back.
That's a fact, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, they shut down the indoor restaurants in like the big chains, but like the small ones, we was able to move, man. The gym, you go to the gym, they never shut the gym down.
So the small businesses were able to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Like Barbaritos down here. Barbaritos is like for people who's up north, it's like a Chipotle, down here. And I live in a small town down here, and Friday nights football, then they go to Barbaritos. Everybody down there, you see everybody, down there. So it's crazy, Yeah, but I'm very interested to see what happens with this with the movement. But what I will say is, they better move. Twitter, I think headquarters is in California. And I think they need to move to either Texas or Florida. Because I think they're going to try to target them like how DeSantis is targeting Disney. I think it's going to be a government push to censor them.
Well, as far as the favorability, both of the places, Texas and Florida, no state income tax, which is why I'm gonna end up there at some point. But I don't know. I know that he has the headquarters for Tesla and his other companies in Texas, but right now the move is Florida. Florida's hot,
Right. So, now I heard is there any truth to this? Disney was thinking about moving?
I heard something in regards to it. I'm not sure if they will or not. There's a lot of litigation going on regarding the whole self-governing, change. But
Mhm.
Disney moving, I mean, they would probably only want to move to Texas or Arizona, because you have to be in a place where you can keep the free flow of children. I mean, customers coming in. You know,
Hey, Texas would be good because the border's right there.
yeah, that's why I said Texas or yeah, Arizona.
Arizona, Arizona.
All
Hmm.
those trafficking places. Disney would love those places.
I mean, they're doing well in California already.
Hmm. Which
Disneyland.
makes you think. It makes you wonder. Like, was this all strategic?
Hmm.
Places where it's actually at.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, yeah. So, yes, I don't know, man. Shout out to DeSantis and shout out to free speech, man. But if they shut us up, I ain't saying a peep. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get this money on them. Just some money. I'll be censored. I'm like, yes, sir. Biden's in. Just get it. Biden in, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I
Now,
ain't
what do
messing
you
around.
think about on the other end with Elon's trying to push the Neuralink thing? You
I don't
see it?
know anything about that.
Ah, see, I keep asking you about this movie. I know you didn't see it. That movie Transcendence.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
who was that? I think it was Robert Downey Jr. or someone. But that movie, he was it him? Anyway, he was looking to try to upload his brain into the computers and stuff.
Hmm.
He apparently did when he died. And there's a push right now, for that. The Neuralink, Elon Musk wants to us to download our essence into his, computer things. What do you think about that?
I think he's going too far. I know he's an atheist. And he's doing atheist things right now. You see, we got a car that's driving without no driver. you know, I don't know, man. I think the mad scientists they usually go too far.
Mm.
That's my opinion about it. But they're going too far, man. But it's bad enough. I heard phones is you know, giving people cancer. With all the 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 G the the Wi-Fi and all that stuff, man. And people's it's going to be interesting to see because like this is the first time we really have phones on us this whole time. So we
Mm.
don't know what's going to happen in the next 20 years or so. But it's a lot of technology and disruption with nature, and we're going to see.
And I think that, that's one of the things that's really important, right? Because if you're just going through the status quo and you're doing the regular job, you better switch something up. Um, I see a lot of people on the right, are talking about problems going on in big tech, Silicon Valley, but only way to take over is to take over, and certain jobs are going to be disappearing. Your Uber's end game was to replace the drivers with driverless cars forever.
They need to be replaced. Listen, I'm sorry. I've been ever since this pandemic been going on. I've been getting bad service everywhere.
Mm,
Nobody wants to work. Nobody. I'm just like, yo, they need to be replaced with robots, man.
but that's
Shoot,
the thing.
I go to Walmart. Sorry to cut you off, but I go to places that have a self checkout because I don't want to see what I'm buying anyway. I'm so sick of people when I go in line and they sit there and say, "Oh man, you look like you gonna eat tonight." I'm like, "Why are you looking at my stuff, bro?" You know what I'm saying? You get some some Raz cream or something. They be like, "Oh, you had a long weekend, didn't you?"
Mm,
I don't like that. You get what I'm saying?
you got all the jokes. You like ring my stuff up, chump.
And they be like, "What was that show?" I think it was Chris Rock. I think I love my wife. I think, and he was trying to buy some condoms. Do you remember that? I think I love my wife.
Not
And he
that.
was trying to buy some condoms, and so she was all loud, and he's trying to sneak because he's trying to cheat. And she's like, um, he's like, I guess she didn't have the change, And then one time she was like, "Oh, we gotta this box is ripped. Let's say it was the rip. He was like, this box is ripped. We're gonna get you some more condoms." He's like, "Just hurry up." And then she was like, the man needs his condom," like all loud in the store. I was just like, dang.
That was a funny movie there.
Yeah. Apparently, he cheated in real life with Carrie Underwood. Did you know that?
Wow.
I saw that recently. Allegedly.
Is that what led to the divorce?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But she's not the first or the last. I believe he was just wilding out. You gotta understand when the ugly dude, all his life got beat up. Everybody hates Chris. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden people adore you. You gotta have God in you to stop that. You gotta have God for real because these dudes be wilding out. I heard DMX say that. DMX was like, remember he was a crack. They call him Crack Man X. He was a crackhead in the hood, like robbing people, dusty dude. You know what I mean? And when he got that money, cut that bald head, and had them Timbs on, and start, them girls was flocking to him.
Mm.
Same with 50, because him and 50 had a girl, and a baby, and before when they had no money, and the girls was taking care of them, and when they got that money, Snoop too.
Mm.
Snoop, that was his high school sweetheart. When he got big, and he was the biggest thing in Death Row, he was cheating like a mom. I'm snitching. I'm dry snitching out here.
So speaking of money and cheating, let's shift over. We're going to talk about Bill Gates for a second. Now,
Bill Gates.
Cheating Bill. Call him, what do they call him? Outer Banks Bill. They call him OBX Bill.
Okay.
Is apparently the biggest owner of private farmland in America. His stuff comes out to it's like over 200,000 acres. With the
Hey man, he could give black people back their 40 acres and a mule, man. Give it to the people, bro. Hey, let's get a petition out here. Let's get our 40 acres and a mule back.
Get it off of OBX Bill.
Cause he ain't even giving his stuff to the kids, man. He ain't giving it to his kids. Let's go out there and try to get this 40 acres back.
Well, he trying to clone a couple sheep, clone a little bit of meat.
Man, look, you ever watch Dexter Laboratory? That's him. He's the real Dexter. He don't care about nothing. He was cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying? He just like take that little bit of money that you're getting. Here. Like rich people don't care about nothing. They need to be governed. They need to be governed. Trust me. You could think so. You could think that if you want to, that they cool. No, you gotta you gotta hold on to them rich people. They ruined this. They tried to ruin this country in 1900s. Andrew Carnegie, he was killing people in Homestead, dying. You get what I'm saying? No, work 12-hour days. They was getting all these immigrants. They was sitting in there, just burning up in there. You get what I'm saying? Man, you remember that they had a war down there, man. It was bad. And what they do was like you work day to day. You don't work, he ain't gonna sign you for the duration, like how you sign the employee manual and stuff like that. You go in there today, you might not come out. Shoot. And then Andrew, man, just go watch the Discovery Channel. I was watching Food That Made America. All them people, Kraft, Kellogg's, evil people, man.
But the thing that's
ain't no but
today, they got around some of that. So before it was like if your business got too big, they're going to be like, it's a monopoly. We're going to break it up. That's what they did with Standard Oil, with Rockefeller. Broke it up. So that's where you got Exxon, BP, Shell. All those different companies. But now they're getting smart. They're like, okay, I'm gonna take my money and diversify it. So you can't really break up someone who's diversifying their money already. So that's where what Elon's doing, where he's like he has PayPal, not PayPal, Square. He has Square, Tesla, SpaceX.
Who's more powerful, Bill Gates or Elon? Elon.
I would say Bill Gates, and only because right now allegedly he may have things to do with certain types of chemicals and viruses. He talked so much about this pandemic that's going to be coming up in the future. This was only what, like I think it was like 5 years ago. It's like there's going to be a pandemic. He talked it. Here it is. I just think that he has a vested interest in that. Plus, he's taken over the food, with the farming. I'm pretty sure he has some interest in that. That switching up the weather stuff. You hear about that?
Yeah.
Where they try to control the weather. So I would say Bill Gates is, probably more dangerous right now.
Okay. Um, yeah, it's really interesting to see billionaire, or I think Elon gonna be a trillionaire soon. I think he's gonna be beyond Bill. I think he's gonna be the most powerful person in the world. When you make that type of income, you can pretty much buy a country. Did you know? It's kind of off topic, but um, Michael Jackson was protected by Great Britain.
Mm.
Michael Jackson was that powerful. He if they tried to arrest him, I think Great Britain would have stepped in. That's how powerful he was. You know. So imagine uh, Elon, become a trillionaire. He could buy out a country, man. You know. Because I remember when America first started. Um, what's the guy's name? Robert Morris. Robert Morris was the wealthiest dude in the world at the time, and he helped fund the war so they can beat Great Britain.
Mm.
So that's how powerful people can be having that much resource.
Did you ever hear people talking about if they were to just give up their money, solve it, world hunger or whatever?
Yeah, I heard that crap.
I'm sitting there like, man, at the end of the day, most of the people who got money, they're going to get the money back, and most of the people who don't, they're going to end up giving the money back.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? He told you I was listening to comedy all day. I got to find it though. But they were talking about that real hunger thing. But just keep going. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, but most of wealth, yeah, there are some atrocities that happen. There are situations where you have to, step on a couple of people or a couple thousand or millions or kill them. But for the most part, nowadays, it's a mind game. It's a matter of what you do. And I was watching a video, and I'm gonna make a video in response to it. There was a girl saying, you ain't gonna be able to become a billionaire by skipping Starbucks, which I'm like, nobody ever said that. The guy that wrote that, he wrote about becoming a millionaire, and he was saying that by skipping Starbucks or whatever the thing is that you waste money on, that's the money that you can invest and get it to multiply. But, some people don't want to hear that because they want to just keep doing the same thing that they're doing. So that stuff is nonsense. And the other thing is that even if you were to split all the money up, the problem is the people who administer it, they always have their hands in it. Think of all these nonprofits that there are right now that, they end up getting money, and the money never ends up getting to whatever it's supposed to go to, except a small percentage.
Right.
So organizations where they're supposed to be helping to, feed people or different things, the people at the top end up getting paid. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you just send them the resources end up not getting used. As
I mean,
Puerto Rico, whenever, yep. Remember
as,
that the storms and stuff happened, the hurricanes.
yeah,
The U.S. Puerto Rico is one of our territories, so it's easy for us to get aid over them, right?
yeah,
So we get aid over there, and the stuff's sitting in the boats.
right.
And
Man,
bad.
I mean, that's how you control people, man. That's how you control a group. You cannot feed them too much. You got to make them like the. What's more important to politicians is not getting you fed, just like a preacher. The preacher's only going to give you a little, just enough so you can continue to come back because it's more about power.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to lose your power if you feed everybody and they don't need you. Think about that. Like Obama he was poor. Most presidents was poor before they become president. Most of them, and he was broke, and all of a sudden he's rich. Um, Bill Clinton, they were broke. The Clintons were broke. All of a sudden they're wealthy now. They get money from these other countries, and they make it look like they're speaking, and they're getting like $500,000. What do you think that is, man?
Mm.
Per speech, you getting paid off. You know, they don't want to solve it. What they say, money's in the medicine. You can't solve these issues. I mean, that's tomfoolery. We can't be woke enough to because we'll take over the asylum. We'll take over the building. We can't be that woke. There's two types of people. There's people who say I want to govern myself, and the other group say I am not good enough to govern myself. I need to govern them to govern it. I need someone to go take your money. I mean, I would vote for it if I try to take your money by gunpoint, right? I can go to jail, but I can elect someone to do it, and it's legal. Think about that.
Wow. Yeah, and it's it's interesting because that's what power could end up doing, or you could it could come in if you want to shut someone up, right? I can go and tie what do they call that? A muzzle around someone's mouth, put a muzzle. Or the other side is you can shadow ban them.
All right, so this is some old comedy. Some people might be offended, but I'm gonna play it because we're talking about censorship. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Oh, you got commercials playing? Oh man, no free airtime.
Starving and very depressed, and I watch these things on TV.
Can
And
you
I
hear
see
it?
these commercials, and I look at it, and I go, God, how cruel, To see a little kid out there, and I go, fuck, I know the film crew could give this kid a sandwich. The kid's not out there, filming a letter from home with a Betamax, huh? There's a director 5 feet away going, don't feed him yet! Get that sandwich out of here! It doesn't work unless he looks hungry! But I'm not trying to make fun of world hunger. Matter of fact, I think I have the answer because I spend a lot of time working it out. And if you want to stop world hunger, stop sending them food. Don't send these people another bite, folks. You want to send them something, you want to help, send them U-Hauls. Send them U-Hauls, some luggage, send them a guy out there that goes, hey, we've been driving out here every day with your food for like the last, 30, 40 years. And we were driving out here a day across the desert, and it occurred to us there wouldn't be world hunger if you people would live where the food is! You live in a fucking desert! Nothing grows out here! Nothing's gonna grow out here! You see this? Huh? See this? This is sand. Yeah. It's sand. You know it's gonna be 100 years from now, huh? It's gonna be sand! You live in a fucking desert! Get your kids, get your shit, we'll make one trip! We'll take you to where the food is! We have deserts in America, we just don't
Oh man.
Was that Bill or
Huh?
was that Bill Burr? Or,
No, Sam Kinniston.
oh man,
I don't know if you remember him from the 80s. Anybody remember? Put a one in the comments if you remember Sam Kinniston. He be yelling. Oh man, that's
good.
funny. What do you say?
No, I said that was good.
Yeah, you can't say stuff like that anymore.
Like you got two people talking to you.
Hey,
You know,
yeah. What's up with Umar Johnson, man? Anybody hear about Umar? You heard about him?
he's supposed to have a school, right?
That's what I've been. I mean, I thought he'd been supposed to have this school. I know he had this video showing the school and like, oh man, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be this part. You know, he's giving like a tour, like it was on Cribs. You know, I heard some information recently that uh, the state stepped in and said he can't get any more donations because of some fraudulent stuff. Do you have that email that you sent me, or
Give me 1 second. Yeah, and that is crazy though. I just pulled that up.
yeah? So you know, for the people who do know Umar and the people who don't, Umar Johnson is a what would you call it? I would say a radical. I don't know if he's a Muslim or what. He's a Pan African. You know, they always come up with different names, and he's trying to create this school. He took a lot of donations. A lot of people are saying, you know, well, where's the school? Where's my money at? And he's yelling at people, saying, you know, don't worry about what I did with the money, and give me more money. And he's on tour right now, I believe. And I haven't heard anything about it, but I did hear the fact that the state stopped basically saying he can't take any funding. But I'm pretty sure there's loopholes around that. You know what I mean? He might change the name, uh, you know, to his funding or have somebody else do it. But you know, that's going to be interesting. I think he's going to get audited more. You know, he better have his paperwork right. I would say.
Well, I have so had the research team look it up. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna just put this up there. Let me just make it larger. Well, that's about as large as it's going to get. Can everybody see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Take off the banner.
got you. There we go. Much better. But yeah, so this is the school. Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Leadership Academy. And this is a cease and desist letter that was actually put there by the state of Pennsylvania. I'm pretty sure that Dr. Umar Johnson lives out there in Philly. Real quick disclaimer. Look, I'm not into the Pan-African stuff, but I'm not against with what he's trying to do because everyone has different things that they're looking at. He saw a problem in the school system. He was talking about how, you know, there are different psychological issues and different things that the boys are dealing with that's not being addressed. All right, more power to you. Do your thing. You're trying to build a school and you think it's going to help people. Great, do it. But the problem is that sometimes, you know, you ever try to, this Ron or anyone, if you're listening, put a one in the comment if you ever did this. You ever try to do a construction project that you ain't have no business doing and you weren't able to finish it? That's basically what he did, but times 1,000. This is a multi-million-dollar project, and he's, you know, his qualifications are school principal, teacher, motivational speaker, school psychologist. That's pretty much his qualifications. So he may not know anything about like major fundraising. He may not know anything about building development. He may not know
here's
anything about sending structure plans, about accounting, about getting different construction loans and things like that.
all right.
All
So here's the thing though with that.
he
He recruits.
what you
He's
say?
the thing. Here's the thing. He's recruiting African Americans. So if you watch him on his live, he'll go to the community and say, "Who is this? Who is that?" But if you look at Tariq Nasheed, he'll hire people outside of his race to get the job done. Like when they criticized him when he did Hidden Colors, the first one, the second one, and third one, and people found out he had white cameraman and crew and everything else, and he was like, I'm basically he did capitalism pretty much. Who's the best for the job?
Right. And you know what? It doesn't even matter as far as the race. I mean, it matters to Dr. Umar Johnson. He's
Pan
trying to
African.
do everything with black people. But the
He,
problem
keep
is
it real. He hates white people.
right.
Mhm.
You should be going for the best of the black people. He's over there asking for free work. Like who's able to come down and volunteer
Yeah,
to
that's
do
true.
HVAC, who can come volunteer to do tile and stuff. And you know that a lot of times when you get free stuff or volunteer stuff, you are not necessarily going to get the best of it.
That's so true.
When you're trying to lowball it, look at the governments around the country. They're always trying to get work from the lowest bidders. That's why it always takes so long for them to do everything, because they're hiring crappy work.
Yeah, that's true. So true.
Yeah, so this is a cease and desist order. Basically, he's not able to collect donations. If you give him money, you cannot write it off. Once again, if you give him money, you cannot write it off. you know,
Mm.
give him money at your own risk.
Yeah, really a gift, huh?
Man,
That is something else. I'm surprised that I didn't hear too much about this. I didn't hear anybody talking about it.
well, that's why we wanted to, make sure to, come on here with the facts, because we don't want any lawsuits. But you know, Dr. Umar Johnson, if you are listening, um, we can connect you with people that can be able to help you, but it's going to cost you some money.
He don't want help. I remember he was on the Godcast, and the one guy I forgot his name. He was talking to him, and he was telling his father-in-law has a school and trying to help him, and they got into an argument. You can't people like that. He has this big ego now. He's like thinking he's bigger than life. He's going to fall hard. You got to be humble. You got to basically know that you don't know certain things. And when you're dealing with the government, and I'm pretty sure, um, I think Philadelphia is the one that took him to court about his license because a lot of people are complaining about him.
Mhm.
So I don't know. And he's going to say, I'm looking forward to see what he says. I'm going to start checking him out.
Mm,
I think it's King Consciousness. That's his name on YouTube.
mm.
So I'm gonna look forward. I'm gonna look to see if he's gonna say anything about that because it happened in March. So I guess people wasn't really calling it out till now.
Mm.
You know, I'm not the one that really try to talk about other YouTubers or whatever, but I think this needs to be said. If he's fraudulent, then it needs to be told. I don't know if he is or not.
I honestly don't think that he's attempting to be fraudulent. I think he's just ignorant. you know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who is doing their thing though. The young boy down your way, King Randall the First. He down there doing his thing. And
Have you been following him? I mean, you've been following, see what he's doing? Because I ain't hearing nothing. I live
um
down. I live down here.
he he's been still taking his boys all over the country, doing different things, learning from different organizations. They asked, "Are you a Democrat or a Republican?" He said, "We ain't come to take sides. We came to take over." So um, he did it right though. He started out small. He started out by having a school in his house, and then started working his way out from there. So
Mhm.
him and some investors, they ended up buying like 50 acres of land, something like that in Georgia.
Okay, I have to look it up.
Yep.
I have to go around and just ask people, see what they're saying.
Mm.
Keep an ear to the streets. I'll get back to you on that.
Now I got a final thought. This is what I've been meaning to ask you all day, because I was watching a TV show where this came up. Is it cheating if your split personality sleeps with your wife?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
What if they arguing with each other and stuff like man, like you slept with her? How could you?
Oh, you so crazy. If that's the case, the wife got to run.
You know how strong he is. You can't
You
win.
can't win that battle. The girl need to get out.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? If you sitting and talking to yourself and you're answering yourself,
mm.
you got to go.
I just wonder about that. Like, you know, are there times when the different personalities pop up?
So you're saying someone who's dating Green Goblin,
Right.
get the heck out of there. If you, if you saw that movie and the way he was talking, I was like, that dude's crazy.
Mm.
I'll be sympathetic for mental health, but nah, that's not cheating. He needs to get some help.
Mm.
Why, you tried that before?
No, not yet. I haven't had enough of them Mike shrooms, the Mike bites and stuff.
Hey, do you wish you had a twin?
No,
To help you out when they tell you to do something, you had a twin do it, or have like a clone.
nah.
Who's making clones? Bill Gates.
I think he's cloning the meat.
Hey man, make me a clone, man. I have that clone do all the dirty work, straight up and down. I'm like, oh man, yeah, my wife is arguing upstairs. Go upstairs and talk to her. I'll be downstairs reading the book, feet up. It's like, no, that would be crazy. That'd be
um,
crazy. But yeah, with that, man, is there anything you want to leave everybody with? Close us out.
uh, let's bow our head. Nah. Definitely. I hope that Elon Musk. I hope it ends up being a positive thing, and Bill Gates is going to give us all our 40 acres. So-
Hey, yeah, we need to put a petition out there. Matter of fact, tonight let's work on the GoFundMe. See if we can get enough money to push this agenda because we need our 40 acres and a mule. I don't want 40 acres. Just give me a Tesla. Give me a Tesla instead of the mule. I want the 40 acres, but I don't want the mule. I want a Tesla. Okay, a Tesla and the 40 acres. Both of them can make this work. You know, um, I want the people out there. Who's on my JSN show and the Outlaws. Hold me accountable. I start working out. I told you in the beginning of the show, if you listen to the playback, trying to work out and eat right. I'm trying to change now. Trying to drop some weight. Hold me accountable for that. When you see me, smack that Permani Brothers if I'm in Pittsburgh out of my hand. Okay?
Will Smith style.
No, don't do that. I will be pissed. We're gonna have to. Hey, it's gonna be on site if you smack that sandwich out of my hand. But anyway, that's it. And hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna play our sponsor and then we're out. We appreciate the support. Also, man, if you really want to support this channel, look down below the T&J Radio. Thank you for the donations that you gave us today. But we really appreciate you. But definitely support us, man. We're not Umar Johnson. Okay, we're gonna do right with the money. Let's go. Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com.